Hello and welcome to today's episode of my show Through a Trauma-Informed Lens, Soma, Psyche and Soul. I'm Aneta Itchak and I want to warmly welcome you here. Thank you for joining me here for another episode. Today's conversation is one that's been on my mind for quite a long time, and I had so many conversations with female practitioners about this. And I know that this topic, this conversation is going to land for many of you, especially if you are a female practitioner who's been working for quite a while and it feels like you are doing all the right things in your business, and yet your income isn't reflecting the amount of effort you're putting in. It's not reflecting the gifts and the passion that you are sharing. And it's not really reflecting your potential. And you know that within every cell of your body. So we're going to talk today about the connection between your nervous system and your income, and how your body, your somatic experience, your lived experience, past and present, and your sense of inner safety are shaping your visibility, your capacity, and your relationship with money. But I want to say one thing in here. I am not going to approach this conversation from a point of science and bring you all the research in here. I'm one of those people that talks from lived experience and from my experience of holding spaces for other practitioners, especially women who are doing amazing work within their communities. And I do it through my programs, through our signature training certification, Trauma Informed Somatic Teacher and Coach for Women, as well as through my business programs like Embodied Business Mandala, Mentorship and Mastermind, and the 90-day immersion that I am currently running for female practitioners. So I'm talking from a point of view as a trauma-informed somatic coach, educator, trainer, and a woman who's been running her business for the last 15 years, the last 10 years full time. So supporting myself from the money that I earn from my business. So I'm talking from my own experience, and certainly this understanding of the relationship between the nervous system in a sense of safety and the income level has been something that I've been working through myself over the last few years. So let's start with one thing. I want to name something here. Mindset alone is not enough. Hustling is not enough. If you have been approaching your business growth and bringing money into your business from the point of you doing a lot of personal development work, amazing, absolutely amazing. If you've been showing up on a daily basis, working on your visibility, working on your discoverability, creating programs, sharing from your heart, from your soul, holding safe spaces for your clients and getting feedback from your clients that they are absolutely loving your work and that your work is truly transformational, and yet your income is still staying on the same level or it's moving up in such a slow pace and it makes you frustrated, like you want to pull your hair out and really doubting yourself that maybe you're not cut out for it. I really want to stress in here that if it feels like this for you, then you've been listening to people telling you that maybe you need to just think in a more positive way. Maybe you just need to hustle a little bit more. Maybe you just need to get a better strategy. Then you will achieve the success and the income level that you want. Then you will achieve the stability and the recognition that you are really craving. But if it's not happening, then you know that there is something else that is going on in here, something that needs to be addressed in order for you to be able to move forward. If you want to grow your business in an embodied way with integrity and authenticity without sacrificing your body, your health, your relationships, and your soul, hustling more is not an option. It's a very masculine way of approaching business. And this is why so many of us who are more sensitive females, who maybe have experienced some challenges or maybe chronic stress or maybe burnout, maybe some traumatic events or trauma within our childhood or adult lives, hustling more is not the answer. What is the answer is really understanding how our nervous system and inner sense of safety play a role in how much we can receive. And that receiving comes on many different levels. It comes not only on a financial level, but also on a connection level, on a level of being able to hold space for certain number of clients, on an emotional level and on an energetic level. So all those different levels happen the same time within our inner lived experience. So it's not that you are not capable. It's not that you are not trying hard enough. It's not that you are not worthy or good enough. It's simply that your body and your inner embodied wisdom and your nervous system might not feel safe to expand in this way. Let it sink in for a moment, because for me, this is a game changer. For me, this is about really allowing ourselves to acknowledge that there is nothing wrong with us if we are finding it difficult to grow and build our businesses and achieve the kind of level of success through our own definition of success in a way that we want to. That there is nothing wrong with us, that we are still not able to receive on a financial level, on emotional level, or on an energetic level. There is nothing wrong with us. There is just something that we haven't acknowledged yet and haven't worked with yet in a way that allows it to shift in a way that we want it to. The important thing in here to know and remember is that your nervous system is not concerned with the level of your success or your level of abundance or your level of joy or happiness. The only thing that the nervous system is really concerned with, it's whether you are safe in this moment. And what normally feels safe for the nervous system and the mind is actually what's familiar. So if the money or visibility or success weren't part of your early experience, or if they were linked with difficult emotions and experiences such as shame or too much responsibility or burden or a lot of judgment or maybe even burnout, then your system might interpret receiving more and having more as a threat. So how would it look like? You will know that's happening if, for example, you say, on one hand, you really want to grow your business, you want to be more visible, you want more clients, you want more money. And at the same time, you are simply not showing up. You are ghosting your business, you are not showing on social media, or you're not sharing resources or content to grow your discoverability and visibility and bring more clients and more money into your business. It might show up in a way that you are pricing your offering. So you are undercharging and overgiving. Even though you know your work is transformational, you are still not charging enough to have a thriving and sustainable business. So you might be saying things like, but I want to be accessible. I want to offer it to everybody. But then you are lying in your bed in the middle of the night worrying about how the hell you're going to pay your bills. It might show up in a way that you feel within your whole being and your body when a client says yes to working with you. So instead of celebrating and feeling like, yay, this is really good, I'm having a new client here and we're going to do some great work, you might have instead this sinking feeling of, oh God, I am so tired. This is too much. You might start feeling anxious or simply just exhausted, feeling overwhelmed because another client said yes to working with you. Or it might show up in a way that you sabotage your launches. You plan out everything, how you're going to show up, what you're going to show, and then week after week, you are not following on that plan. You know you should be doing it. You know what you need to be doing. You know what you decided to do, and yet you are not doing it. Or it might be simply you are procrastinating sending that email or sending the message to your client offering your service. So you may say to yourself and to others, I want to earn 10K months. But if your nervous system is wired for 1 or 2K, because that's what it knows, that's what it experienced, that's what feels familiar and comfortable, then everything within you will quietly pull you back to that set point. So you can think about it as a kind of financial or emotional or energetic thermostat. That this is how much is allowed. Every time you go over it, you end up spending that money that you earned, or some kind of bill will come, or you invest in something that is not really aligned with what you and your business need right now in this moment. So let's look at how it would look through our understanding of the nervous system. So I've been teaching about the nervous system and about polyvagal theory for the past 5 years. And I've been working with the nervous system and with clients for the last 25 years. So I've seen it happen again and again. So what I see is that we can be stuck in nervous system reaction. So for example, you could be stuck in a sympathetic activation, that fight or flight, being in a constant fight response. So it can show up as overworking, being workaholic, continuously chasing the next goal, never feeling enough. Nothing is ever enough. I need more courses. I need more tactics. I need more techniques. I need to move forward faster and faster so people don't catch up with me, because then I'm going to be swallowed up. That used to be one of my things till I realized that, oh my God, this is what I'm feeling. Like I'm running forward so fast, completely ignoring my inner rhythm, because there is a belief within me driving that behavior of feeling like I have to be one step ahead because I'm going to be swallowed up and I need to survive this. So this sense of working and being a workaholic and working long hours and really being on the verge of burnout, repeating the burnout cycle again and again. I've experienced burnout when I was working in social care. So I did not want to recreate it in my own business. So really understanding how you are reacting, how the nervous system response aligns with your behavior is key to really being able to change that. So let's look at the sympathetic activation in the flight. That might show up in our behavior as avoiding structure and following shiny objects, changing the directions again and again, changing your mind again and again, jumping from one idea to another, never staying long enough to actually grow the roots, to really gain the depth of what it is that you are trying to do. So check in with yourself whether you are spending some time or a lot of time in that sympathetic activation of fight or flight, because you cannot change what you are not aware of. Once you become aware of something, then you can start making different choices and decisions. So let's see how it would show up with the freeze and shutdown, that complete collapse. So when we go into freeze, it might show up as overthinking. Like, I'm just thinking about it, not taking any action. It might show up as perfectionist. This is not good enough yet. I cannot release it. I cannot do this. I just need to re-record it. I need to make it more perfect. So it leads to complete inaction. Instead of taking action, instead of implementing, you might be scrolling, checking what other people are doing, and then feeling really bad about what you offer and what you do. It might show up that you are just stuck on the phase of planning. Like you are planning and then changing your plan and replanning again and planning again. I know that one quite well from my past. So you stall, you don't take any action. You allow yourself just to be in this space of not feeling okay, not feeling good enough. Of course, we don't do it consciously. Usually it's an unconscious thing. And that's why we know that is a habitual way of thinking, a habitual way of being. And so if you go to complete shutdown and collapse, again, there is total inaction, but there might be some phoning behavior. So you know what you want to do. You know what you want to create. You know what your dream is, but you don't trust it. You doubt it. You doubt your skills. You doubt your passion. You doubt your purpose. And you look for answers outside of yourself. And then you follow advice from other well-meaning people, from your family or from your friends or from your colleagues or from your coaches, knowing that this is not aligned. It doesn't feel aligned with what you want to create, who you want to be, who you want to serve. So I want you to really take a moment and reflect. What's true for you? The change always starts with radical honesty and then taking radical responsibility for our choices, for what we do and who we are, how we show up on a daily basis. So I want to say that if you said yes to all of those, again, there is nothing wrong with you. I know all of those, and I've experienced all of those over the years. The key in here is not to never experience those kind of ways of responding and behavior. The key in here is not to get stuck in any one way of being and reacting, but to be able to notice quicker what's happening to you and then changing it. So remember that this is not a mindset issue. This is a nervous system response that points to something really important. That something within you is not feeling safe enough to grow, to receive, and to be in a certain kind of way. In a way that comes from your dreams, your passion, and your purpose. So what might be happening underneath? More money or more visibility often comes with more of what the nervous system might associate with risk. So, more clients might equal more potential to fail or to be overwhelmed or not being able to manage it. More exposure might equal more chance of being judged or being rejected. More income might equal taking on more responsibility. Again, might feel quite overwhelming, or it might lead to having a sense of having to experience loss. So your body does what it's designed to do. Your nervous system does what it's designed to do. It wants to keep you safe. So it contracts, it resists, it blocks any efforts. And it feels like trying to drive a car with one foot on the accelerator and the other foot on the brake. It's uncomfortable. I know it's uncomfortable. It's frustrating. It's like wanting to pull your hair out. Oh, if you relate to it, if you know how it feels, let me know in the comments. And I want you to know you are not the only one experiencing it. So the answer to this frustration, to this sense of stuckness, to this sense of repeating the same cycle is not in putting more effort. It's not to beating yourself and your inner parts and your body into submission. It's not in shaming yourself and forcing yourself to be somebody that you are not. It's not in hassle and grinding and forcing. The answer is in learning about the nervous system regulation within the context of receiving, within the context of more income, more connection, more clients, more growth, more visibility. Because you can train your nervous system to feel safe with more. It's about gently, day by day, increasing your capacity for receiving. And it always starts with awareness. Everything always starts with awareness. So you can allow yourself to begin to notice when your body contracts around money or visibility. You can notice where it contracts, how it contracts. You can notice what's happening with your breath. You can notice what emotions come up with that contraction. You can notice what stories are running around in your mind in the background. You can then allow yourself to practice receiving without guilt. That's a big one for women. And that's where the practice of gratitude, embodied soulful gratitude, can be so useful. On a daily basis, you can connect with the felt sense and felt experience of appreciation and gratitude for everything that you have and own, for everything that money allows you to do in your personal life and in your work. And you can bring that quality of embodied felt gratitude to allow yourself to celebrate your success, to receive support, to show up in a way that you want to. You can really start small and build on that on a daily basis. And over a period of time, weeks, months, it will really change your relationship to receiving more support, receiving more opportunities, receiving more abundance, receiving more things, receiving more experiences, receiving more money, receiving more clients, receiving on every level. And of course, what you want to do in here is to have daily practices that help you regulate your nervous system, that allow you to experience a sense of safety on a daily basis. So you might start spending more time in nature and noticing how you feel within your physiology and the nervous system and your whole being as you're doing it. That's the quickest way to feel more regulated, because it allows us to receive support from something greater than ourselves, that we are part of and that is available to us at any point, in any moment. All we have to do is just shift our perspective and allow ourselves to receive that. Other practices for nervous system regulation, like grounding, orienting, centering, somatic movement, breath work, all of those practices can be really helpful. The other practices, if you're familiar with them, and that's something that I teach within our trauma-informed somatic teacher and coach for women certification, practices like pandiculation and pendulation. So allowing yourself to experience through your body the sense of contraction and sense of openness and flow and receiving, but also allowing yourself to develop points of reference, how it feels within my body when I am contracted and experiencing all those emotions, and how does it feel within my body and my whole being when I am in expanded, receiving, safe enough state. So really, there is a lot of unlearning and learning in a different way, rewiring your nervous system, rewiring your physiology, rewiring your brain to have capacity to receive more. One last thing that I want to share in here, and this is an important one. This is something that not many of us do on a daily basis, and that is the practice of seeing yourself, imagining yourself in your next level of success or income or growth or visibility. We don't want to do it from a place of pressure, but we want to do it in a very somatic way, with presence, with that space of gratitude and space of appreciation and feeling safe enough. So when I hear practitioners, for example, say, I can't see it, I can't see myself earning that much money, or I can't see myself holding space for this amount of clients, or I can't see myself in 5 years' time, or even in 1 year time, then that's gonna be stopping you from allowing yourself to grow. So practice of embodied visualization, where we don't just do it through the mind, seeing the pictures of yourself, but really feeling it through the whole of our being, can be really helpful. Because if you can't see something, the point that you are aiming for, then it's impossible to create a plan to get there. You don't know what you're working towards. So the actions and the decisions that you will be making will be all over the place. But when you know what you are aiming for, you have a clear vision, clear picture of how it's going to look and how it's going to feel through your body, the qualities and the felt experience, then you can make a plan to get there and you can start working towards it. And you can start checking also that you are on the right track. You can compare it. This is how I'm feeling. This opportunity has come my way for doing this project or working on something. Does it align with where I want to get to? Does it make me feel the way that I want to feel when I get there? And then it's very easy to see it's aligned. I'm going to say yes to it. It's going to help me to get there. Or it's not aligned. It's actually going to take me on a journey in a different direction, or it's going to slow me down. So these are important ways of being and understanding that will help you move forward with more clarity, with more understanding, and in a way that comes from a point that is not based on hustle and pressure and forcing and twisting yourself into somebody that you are not, but that is built on your embodied way of being, on what you love, on your values, on what's most important to you within your work and your life. And that's what brings you joy on this journey. That's when you can start playing with things, you can experimenting with things. You can say to yourself, I know what I'm aiming for. I don't know how the hell I'm going to get there, but I'm going to work it out. I know I can work it out. There are other women that worked it out for themselves. There are other people out there that are successful. They weren't born with that. They learned how to do it, which means I also can learn how to do it in a way that is right for me, with my own rhythm, with my own pace, with my own personality, with my own way of seeing things and my own point of view. I can do this, and you can do this, but only if you start with taking care of yourself in a way that we just talked about. So if you ever felt like maybe you're not cut out for this, you're not good enough, you're not like all these other people that are earning good money and having thriving businesses with clients and income and recognition for their work, if maybe you felt or feeling like you are too sensitive or too inconsistent to be successful, I want you to remember this. It's not about you and your skills. It's more about you having to shift your understanding and what you are doing on a daily basis and do things that move you more towards regulated state, towards more feeling stable, grounded, present, compassionate, coming from connection, coming from curiosity, coming from courage, courage to make mistakes, take little risks, be more visible, show up. And the beautiful news here is that regulation is a skill that we can develop. It's something that you can learn, something that you can grow very slowly, as if you were taking care of a little plant, and something that you can deepen into and develop skills that feel just right for you, like sales, like visibility, like business strategy. So the next time when you start freaking out or feeling anxious about your income dipping or not bringing clients or not doing what you said you want to do, like visibility or sharing your work, instead of pushing harder, instead of forcing yourself to do something that doesn't feel aligned, I want you to pause and ask yourself, does my nervous system feel safe at this level and within what I'm trying to do? And if not, allow yourself to do something that would help you start feeling more regulated. You could go for a walk. You could connect with somebody that you trust or love. You could play with your pet. You could just go out into your garden with a cup of tea or coffee and sit for a bit till you feel a bit more grounded and more stable. Do something that would allow you to come back into your own rhythm and within your being. Make sure you regulate first and then come back to whatever it is that you want to be doing. And you will notice how different your experience is. If you do that on a daily basis, before you know, you will be approaching things in a different way and your business will start growing because you come from that place of regulation, the place of connection, the place of self-trust and trusting in something greater than yourself. So if this episode really resonated with you and helped you shift your understanding about what's going on for you, I'd love for you to share this episode and tag me in. Let's share this knowledge and this understanding with as many people as we can, because one of the things that I feel very strongly about is to share this knowledge and understanding with as many women and as many people as I can. That's my passion. That's what I feel really strongly about. So thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being part of our community. And remember, mindset is important. Mindset shapes the way that you see things. It shapes your reality. But your nervous system will control how far you let yourself go. Take care for now, and I wish you a good day.